Dr. Satcher, I think you've talked about Meharry with me on many occasions, but perhaps there are some who might not know exactly where Meharry fits into this whole scheme of education, medical education in America. So why don't you take a few minutes to talk about Meharry, not only its present role, but some of the things that it has achieved in terms of the medical profession.
Well, I've often said that I believe of the 126 medical schools in this country, that Meharry is probably the most important. And as you know, Meharry has a medical school, a dental school, School of Graduate Studies, and a School of Allied Health that it shares with Tennessee State. Meharry was founded in 1876, and that was just 13 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. And the mission of Meharry since the beginning has involved two things. One, providing access to health professional careers for African Americans and other minorities. And two, providing access to health care for people who live in rural and inner city communities and other underserved groups like the elderly. That mission has guided the history of Meharry. In 1980, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation did a very good study of Meharry Medical College, and among other things found that at that time Meharry had graduated more than 40% of all the black physicians and dentists who practice in this country. And that was the first thing. The second thing that was just as important was that 3 out of 4, 75% of Meharry's graduates were practicing in underserved rural and inner city communities. And that was about 5 times greater than you would find for other medical schools in this country or other dental schools. 3 out of 4 of its graduates practicing where they're most needed, in underserved rural and inner city communities. So I think just looked at from that perspective alone, Meharry's impact on this nation and on the world, because as you know, Meharry has graduates in Africa. In fact, there was a story on television recently about the president of Malawi, Dr. Hastings Banda, graduated from Meharry in 1937. And there's several other examples like that. So Meharry has sort of been on the forefront of education of blacks for the health profession, but also influencing its graduates to be competent, comfortable, and committed to serve where they're most needed.
Now, I think since 1988, you've talked about the